My next guest is Brittany Gray. She is Canada's foremost beauty expert and the founder and CEO of a thriving beauty brand called Fancy Face Incorporated. Today, she and I discuss helpful tips for winter skincare. Brittany, welcome to the show. First and foremost, let's dive right on in. How did you get started in the beauty business?
Oh, wow. Well, I started back when I was about 15 years old. I was a performer and was actually in the movie Chicago and with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Renee Zellweger, and I was on the sort of in front of the camera on the stage role. And that was the moment that I really fell in love. I grew up dancing too, since a small girl, but that was the moment that I fell in love with the power of makeup. I saw Catherine Zeta transform into her character, and it just made me realize how makeup and skincare and beauty products can really just bring out your best self or whoever you really want to be that day. And so from that moment forward, I had a career in the performing arts. And then about 16 years ago, I opened Fancy Face, which is a beauty brand and service company, and the rest is history, really.
Tell me about your business, Fancy Face Incorporated, and what services you provide.
Okay, well, I mean, we launched in, oh my gosh, 16 years ago, and we were primarily in hair and makeup for brides and special events in the GTA, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and also Vancouver, Canada as well. And we service about 500 weddings a year, plus thousands of special events. And because of that, and because of this amazing community of people that we came to know, our supporters, we like to call them, they were really hungry for a cosmetic line. And because of that, we polled them and we asked them questions and heard from them what they wanted. And the whole moral of the story is that they were really confused by the beauty industry and felt overwhelmed by it. And they needed someone to speak to them in sort of terms that they would understand when it comes to how to use makeup to best feel fantastic. And that's really what we've set out to do, is to make them feel empowered and also in charge of their beauty routine.
Okay, so let's talk about achieving healthy winter skincare. What practices are integral to achieving a winter skincare routine from day to night?
All right, well, an AM and PM routine, I feel like, is just so important to ensure that, in the long run, you save yourself money and time. So, and what I'd like to start by saying is it doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't have to be expensive, but by enlisting in, your cleanser, your toner, your serum, your moisturizer, basically those four categories, and of course your SPF, very important, enlisting in those, and you can find a price point that makes you feel comfortable. You're going to help things like premature aging, hyperpigmentation, acne scarring. You're going to help all those things that we're trying to avoid, by just taking care of yourself properly in the morning and in the evening as well. And also, when you slough off all of that dead skin and take care of your skin, you're just going to feel a whole lot better, and you're going to prevent things like inflammation and irritation.
You know, as we all strive for fresh, radiant skin, tell me, what is dewy skin?
Dewy skin is something that I am absolutely in love with. Uh, it is something that I feel like so many women are after. Obviously, those that have oilier skin types might not be after that dewy skin, but for women in their 30s, 40s, 50s plus, it really sort of embodies youth, right? When you're dewy and you have that kind of look to your skin, it's just, it makes you look healthy. It makes you look like you're drinking enough water, even if you might not be. It makes you look just like you're taking care of yourself properly, and is really what I think so many women are after.
What is double cleansing?
Double cleansing, it became really popular in South Korea and Japan. And that's because women there, they love a multi-step skincare routine. They saw the benefits of that. And we in North America sort of took that on, and we're kind of playing with little steps in the routine to see if it works. And double cleansing really stuck. It was something that women noticed worked. And I'll tell you why. There's really a way to do this. And you want to start with an oil-based cleanser and then follow up with a skin-specific water-based cleanser. And the reason for that is the oil-based cleanser is going to break down that long wear makeup that SPF that's maybe mineral based that could have titanium dioxide in it, which is hard to remove. And so that oil-based cleanser, and this, for example, is mine, and I use this all the time. And as you can see, I kind of scoop it out here on a daily basis. But I love to use this specifically in the evenings to just break down my makeup and make sure that I'm being gentle on my skin and also my lashes as well. When you're removing makeup, you can really damage your lashes and also create premature aging if you're not sort of using something that helps break it down seamlessly. I love to remove it too with a microfiber cloth. These are so soft. I love them so much. And they, truthfully, just with a little bit of water can take off your makeup as well. So that's just like a good side tip. But then after the oil-based cleanser, you want to go in with your skin-specific cleanser. So this is a gel cleanser that I've been using, I've been loving. And that just makes sure that all of the dirt and debris has been fully removed. And the reason for that is that you want to make sure that those serums and moisturizers that are full of those active ingredients that make our skin look so luminous and dewy, like we discussed, that you can actually absorb those nutrients. Because if you don't cleanse properly and you have that dirt and debris on your skin still, it's really not going to be great for the irritation and inflammation, clogged pores, blackheads, whiteheads, all those things.
What's one very important aspect of your own skincare routine?
The first one, I would say, making sure that you are applying SPF throughout the day. If you are somebody that, especially in the fall and winter, are using retinol, you need to make sure you're using your SPF. So that just, I would say SPF is probably the most important when it comes to protecting your skin.
I mean, is there any rule of thumb when it comes to layering your skincare products?
There is just an incredible rule of thumb that will help all women understand how to actually apply things. So the general rule is you want to apply thinnest to thickest. So your watery substance serum to your most protective, nourishing, creamy moisturizer. And you kind of just go in that rhythm from thinnest to thickest. And that's really going to ensure that you're doing your skincare routine properly. And I'll tell you something as well that will help you understand it. If you were to apply your moisturizer and put that on your skin after you've cleansed first, and then follow up with something like a serum that's a thinner texture, it's not going to allow it to actually seep deep into the skin. It's going to stop it from doing that. So you want to apply those thin substances first, allow them to penetrate. You want to take that 30 seconds in between each step to ensure they can actually absorb, and that you're not putting on too much all at once and your skin's like, I can't handle what you're doing. And the other thing too is a lot of women will notice when they're doing their skincare routine that after a little while it will ball or pill off. Like you can kind of go like this and you'll feel this little sort of pilling happening. And that's too much moisturizer, too much serum all put on at once. You're basically wasting your money if you're doing that. So after you cleanse and tone, take that time, put on your serum, massage your face while you're doing it, then maybe brush your teeth or brush your hair, and then go in with your moisturizer about 30 seconds after, and just use that dime size amount. Make sure that you're not putting on too much, because if you do, again, you can be wasting your product.
So how often should you incorporate a mask into your skincare routine?
A mask, I would say 1 to 2 times per week. And I like to go for one time. I'm a mom of 2 kids, so I have a busy schedule. So telling people to do things too often, I'm really not here for it. And I want to make sure that, you don't have to do these things all the time to have effective results. But the one thing that's very cool about masking is that you don't need to spend any money to do it effectively. And I'll tell you why. You can go into your kitchen and find ingredients that are so nutrient dense and beneficial for your skin, like turmeric, like Greek yogurt, like lemon, like honey. I mean, the list goes on. Coffee grinds. I mean, I can just go on forever. But one of them that we blogged about on our website is called Liquid Sunshine. And this one is specifically for women with oily skin types and men, or whoever, anybody. So what you want to do is you want to take those ingredients, and all of the different measurements are on our websites, stir them up, put it on your face. And the turmeric is antibacterial. And it's also a gentle exfoliant. The Greek yogurt is amazing for regulating oil because there's a little bit of zinc in the Greek yogurt. And then you have lemon as well, which is a natural AHA, which means astringent toner. And it helps to just slough off those dead skin cells that really make you look dull and dehydrated. So that's just an example of being able to take care of your skin and not having to spend much money at all.
We're gonna move over to lip care. Are there some things we can do to keep our lips from being chapped?
All right, so this is a topic that I absolutely love, and I love to share something that most people probably don't know. So there are glands, obviously, in our skin, and the lip area is an area where we lack glands that, in particular, produce that oil that creates moisture in the skin. So basically, the moral of that story is you cannot hydrate the lips from the inside out. So if you drink your 8 glasses of water a day, that is not going to nourish your lips. Your lips are just a part of the body that you actually have to put moisture on. And a lot of women don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. Everyone suffers from dry lips. So what you need to be looking for, and my tip is find a treatment, a lip treatment, a lip balm, a lip mask that you love the texture of, that you feel like you could put on every single day. And the best time to be treating your lips is actually at night. I personally have what's called our supermodel lip bath. It's a really cool little design that we came out with that has collagen, vitamin E, and shea butter. I put this on my bedside table and I put it on every single night before bed, because then I have about 8 hours that I'm treating my lips and ensuring that when I get up in the morning, they're going to be soft, supple, and ready to put on my favorite lipstick of the day. And they're going to look hydrated and plump. And you basically just want to make sure that they look that way. And that's the way to do it. So that's my tip.
Do you have any tips to depuff the eyes or tighten the appearance of the jaw area?
Another product, this was actually our first product that we ever came out with. It's called our Stardust Gel Under Eye Masks. We created these specifically for our brides, and they became so popular that we launched them on an e-commerce site, and they just became one of our star players. Stardust Gel Eye Masks. I mean, what can I say? So anyhow, these are my number one tip for just getting that really sort of like bright under eye, deep puffed. They're really cooling to the touch. I love to put these in the fridge, pull them out for my morning cup of coffee, wear them for about 20 minutes until they really absorb, and they look really fun on the face. Mm-hmm. So that's the first tip, is using under eye masks and just feeling fancy while you're doing it. It's a really fun trick. And the next trick is to actually do a movement with your hands called the depuff. We've coined it the depuff. And so what you're going to want to do, I'll show you, is you're going to want to take your 2 index fingers and press gently above the front of your brow, sweep all the way around pretty gently. You're going to want to have some moisture like an eye cream on when you're doing this. You kind of want to push into that pressure point right there, and then bring the middle finger in as well and sweep up and out. And you're going to want to keep doing this about 10 times. And this is going to help remove toxins, help that lymphatic drainage. And throughout your skincare routine, it's just a great thing to do to really sort of wake up that area in the morning. And then for the jaw, this one is really fun. I love this one. You're going to want to use your knuckles, and you put one knuckle right on the top of your chin, one underneath your jaw on both sides like this. Use one side as a stabilizer and just focus on the other side. And what you want to do is you want to sweep up and out, kind of wiggle at the top where you have a lot of those lymph nodes, and then drain downwards. And this, believe it or not, if you do about 10 passes, you'll be just so surprised at how tight it makes your jaw look, because we get a lot of sort of swelling around there, and we need to drain the toxins, and those lymph nodes on the side of the neck are really going to help to do that. And when you're going downwards, that's really the only time you should be going downwards on the neck. When you're applying your moisturizer or your serum, you always want to be lifting up the neck. But for that little trick, you can go down the neck on the sides.
Brittany Gray, I want to thank you for being my special guest on the Chundria Show. If anybody is interested in booking your services or following your journey online, what is the best way to connect with you?
You can follow us on Instagram at Fancy Face Inc., on TikTok at Fancy Face Inc., or visit our website at fancyface.com.